Just want to start with the JavaScript today onwards.
Okay.
JavaScript is a scripting language. JavaScript is a scripting language. Okay, and JavaScript is a browser interpreted programming language. And one more thing is JavaScript render in browser. Render in browser. Any browser, not a problem with any browser. Okay, and
Okay.
JavaScript is browser independent. Browser independent. See, what is this browser independent? It's nothing but for any browser it is going to be work.
Okay.
For any browser it is going to be work. For example, you will be having something like a Chrome, and you will be having something like a Firefox, and we will be
Mhm.
having something like IE or Opera, okay, Safari. For all the browsers, this JavaScript is going to be render, and we can able to do the programming, web development programming with this particular JavaScript with any type, any kind of browser. Finally, any web application which is going to be rendered on the browser. So whenever you
Mhm.
have the browser, on top of the browser only you can see the output of the web application. And for web application, JavaScript is a crucial part. With HTML, what we can do is, with HTML we can do simple design part. Yes. And with the
Mhm.
CSS, what we can do, we can just give something like a styles and all, these apply styles. But with the JavaScript,
Mhm.
what we can do is we do a functional process. We do a functional process. See, what is this particular functional process is nothing but suppose I want to click a button. Okay, I want to enter text in the text box. I need to capture the text from the text box, or I want to connect the server.
Mhm.
I'm going to be connecting the server and rendering the data from the server. Okay, lot of things, and we can do the DOM manipulations, and we can do the SOM manipulations. We can do the bomb manipulations. I will tell you what is DOM, what is SOM, what is bomb, and all. So etc. etc. A lot of things we can do from JavaScript. Okay. So DOM
Yeah.
is nothing but a document object model. Document object model, nothing but the object document object model. This is nothing but you can able to do a lot of operations on top of the HTML. For example, from HTML I want to access something, and HTML I want to modify something. HTML I want to delete something. See, a lot of concepts you can do from the JavaScript. Okay, so I'm nothing but a CSS object model. From JavaScript, you can able to manipulate your cascading style sheets also. So this is actually CSS object model. So here also we can do a lot of things with SOM, and BOM nothing but browser object model. So browser object model nothing but you can do a lot of operations with JavaScript on top of the browser also. So let me tell you one simple architecture. Where is the DOM? Where is the SOM? Where is the BOM and all? Okay. So this is the browser. This is the browser. So inside this particular browser, you will be having some HTML and CSS content, right?
Mhm.
HTML and CSS content. HTML and CSS content is combination, right? This is the
Yeah.
HTML content and this is the CSS wrapping. On top of the HTML, we are actually wrapping the CSS. That is nothing but your styles and all. Okay, so this is the browser. Let me write each and everything a proper way. So this is the browser. This is the browser, and this is the CSS, and this is the HTML. So HTML related content and browser related content and CSS related content. Every content we can able to work with the JavaScript. All the
Mm.
content we can able to manipulate with the JavaScript. So JavaScript is a crucial part. JavaScript is the crucial part, and JavaScript is the programming. With this JavaScript, I can able to do a lot of functionality with the DOM. So DOM in the case of your HTML document level, object model you can able to do, and CSS object model nothing but your SOM, and browser related concepts we can able to work with the BOM. Yes. So browser related manipulations I can do from JavaScript. Okay, CSS related manipulations I can do from JavaScript, and document related manipulations I can do from JavaScript. JavaScript is a crucial part. Whenever you have the web application mostly having the fundamental things or major building blocks. Any web application having major fundamental things, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? Major fundamental
Yeah.
parts. HTML and CSS and JavaScript. Without having HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, there is no web page in the world. Any dynamic web page which is containing with the JavaScript, it is going to be giving you a lot of functionalities. Okay, so when web architecture started in internet, so initially only HTML and CSS applications available. Those particular applications called static applications, which is having simple content, and that content is not updatable, not changeable and all. So like Wikipedia you can't able to do rendering procedures and all in the earlier days. Later on,
Mhm.
HTML, CSS, and JavaScript got included from the Mozilla Corporation. When JavaScript added to the particular web page, automatically page converted to dynamic page. A web page converted to dynamic page. So what is dynamic? Nothing but you can able to click on something. You can able to click on hyperlink, and you are going to be connecting with another web page, interlinking one page to another pages in the application, and you can able to download the latest data every day and every hour, whatever it is.
Mhm.
If server is updating the data, automatically that data can be visible on the top of the page. So that dynamism got added with the JavaScript later. After what happened is from 2010 onwards, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery got added into the picture, and Bootstrap also got added. With the jQuery and Bootstrap, applications are converted to advanced web development processes. This is like advanced web development process. Okay, when jQuery and Bootstrap got added, I will tell you what is jQuery, what is Bootstrap later. jQuery is a tiny version of
Okay.
JavaScript, lightweight version of JavaScript. Instead of writing a lengthy JavaScript code, people are writing jQuery, and that jQuery developed on JavaScript. That jQuery developed on JavaScript. I will tell you later. Okay,
Okay.
so jQuery developed on JavaScript. This is the jQuery, and completely jQuery developed on JavaScript. On top of JavaScript, jQuery developed, and on top of this particular JavaScript, jQuery, HTML, and CSS, Bootstrap got implemented. Okay, on top of the HTML,
Yeah.
CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap got implemented. Bootstrap for responsive web application. With Bootstrap, what people can do is making application responsive. Responsive nothing but that web page is automatically fit for any type of device. You take a mobile, you take a tablet, you take a desktop, you
Yeah.
take a large devices. For each and every device should be compatible both. Whatever the
Mhm.
application we are going to be creating, that application is going to be automatically size fit. So that particular procedures got included with the Bootstrap. That Bootstrap is a very important library. I will discuss with you Bootstrap later.
Okay.
And coming to the next era of the things, next era is modern web application era, and this is latest era, modern web application era. In this modern web application era, what other JavaScript related content got changed? In this particular modern web application era, JavaScript got updated with Angular. One more framework got introduced called Angular from Google company. And with this particular Angular, actually single page applications got developed or implemented. Single page applications. I will tell you what is single page application, what is multi-page application later. Instead of giving a lot of requests to the server, client can able to handle all the things. Client can able to take the burden. That's called a single page application. With Angular, that particular concept got implemented. Okay. So, and this was implemented in 2009, 2008 and 2009. Angular got implemented, and later on, Facebook got released a React framework and React also a JavaScript library, and this was implemented by the Facebook. And this is a very familiar with the single page application and very fast rendering whenever you compare with Angular. See, whenever new thing is coming, automatically that is having a better features than old thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and Angular and React both having the server side framework also. Server side framework also got implemented. Server side framework also JavaScript related. That is nothing but your Node.js and Express.js. So with the Node.js and Express.js, we can able to communicating with the we can able to create a services and we can able to communicate with the client and server at the same time with the JavaScript related. Instead of using like PHP, .NET, Java, Ruby, and all. Instead of using all these things, instead of using PHP, .NET, Java, okay, Python, what people are actually implementing is Node.js and Express.js, and these are JavaScript related only. Okay, this combination is nice concept actually. This combination is a very crucial combination. What is the combination here? Take a front end any one library. Suppose if I am taking the Angular, that is a different way in the modern client side. If I am taking the React, that way is different. If you take Angular, if you take Angular as a client side thing, if you take Angular as a client side thing, that is called a main stack. If you take Angular as a client side thing, that is called a main stack. So what is mean here? Okay, I will tell you. MongoDB, Express, Angular, Node. So this is the concept called a main stack. And one more concept got implemented in the modern web applications, that is called a Mariner stack. What about the Mariner stack is only the thing got changed. Here is Mariner, nothing but you will be having something like MongoDB again, MongoDB Express, and React Node. Concept is same. The only thing is here, when you go to the main stack, Angular here. When you go to the Mariner stack, React available. But MongoDB Express Node is common. MongoDB Express Node is common. MongoDB is the database, lightweight database, no SQL database. Lightweight database, no SQL database, which is going to be integrated for your web application, modern web application. So why I'm talking all these things? Very simple. Everything depends on JavaScript. Why I'm talking all these things? Very simple. Okay. Everything depends on JavaScript. It means what? On top of your JavaScript, a lot of libraries got implemented. On top of your JavaScript, a lot of libraries got implemented. So I will tell you, on top of the JavaScript, jQuery got implemented. On top of the JavaScript, jQuery got implemented. Yes or not? Okay, so JavaScript, HTML, CSS is combination. HTML, CSS. Without having HTML and CSS, we can't able to visualize the thing, visualize and style procedures. On top of this particular concept, jQuery got implemented. On top of all these things, Bootstrap got implemented for the responsiveness. Okay, so in this era, Bootstrap came into the picture, and now the latest trend is modern technologies. What are the modern technologies which was implemented like? So a lot of technologies got implemented in the modern. So like Angular and React and Vue.js and Express.js, Node.js. Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of technologies got implemented, but any one of the option you have to choose. Sir, client side. These are the client side technologies. Let me tell you, these are the client side technologies. But these are the server side technologies. So these are the server side technologies. Am I clear?
Yeah.
What is the client side? What is the server side? You have to get understand. So these are the server side, and these are the client side. You have to remember what is the client side technology, what is the server side technology before going to be dealing with the modern application. So in the modern application, choose any one of the client side. For example, if I want to go with Angular, just go with Angular. No, I want to go with the React, go with only React. If I want to go with the Vue, only take a Vue. This is not a combination basically. This is option. Any one of the thing you have to choose. But this is the combination. Express and Node is combination. Suppose with AngularJS, you can communicate with Express and Node. With React, you can able to communicate with the Express and Node. With the Vue, you can able to communicate with Express and Node. Got my point, right?
Yeah.
So finally the major agenda is everything depends on JavaScript. Everything depends on JavaScript. JavaScript related libraries. All the things are JavaScript related libraries only. For example, so this is our JavaScript. This is our JavaScript. Based on the JavaScript, how many libraries are there? A lot of libraries are available based on the JavaScript. So how many things are there? Suppose like jQuery is there. jQuery is there. Yes, Bootstrap is there. Node.js is there, and React.js is there, and AngularJS is there. If you want to update with any type of JavaScript in future, for example, EXT.js is there. Okay, for example, Backbone.js is there. Okay, so any kind of JavaScript library depends on JavaScript only, based on the JavaScript. And the Knockout.js is there. Knockout. Okay, one more one is the Knockout.js. Okay, all the famous libraries which are going to be developed based on the JavaScript only. First, we need to get understand JavaScript programming perfect manner. When we master in JavaScript, we can able to do any other things. If we perfect in JavaScript, we do Bootstrap, we do jQuery, we do Backbone, we do Node, we do React, we do EXT, we do Angular. See, based on the project requirement, we can do a lot of things. Got my point, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the reason JavaScript we take a lot of classes, and I am going to be explaining you JavaScript very clear. After that, libraries are very simple. I'm going to be giving you a clear picture each and every library also, how to integrate the library, how to utilize the library, and how to do the works with the library, and how to do implement the projects and all. One by one we will see. Okay, anyway, I will save these images later. And coming to okay, JavaScript. Whenever I want to write the JavaScript in the web page, okay, writing JavaScript in web page, writing JavaScript in web page. How to write the JavaScript in web page? There are different modes we can able to write the JavaScript in web page. What are the different modes you can write JavaScript in web pages? The one is inline JavaScript you can implement, and one is internal JavaScript you can implement. Internal JavaScript. And one more is external JavaScript you can implement, and one more is a browser console JavaScript also we can implement. Okay, I will tell you each and everything. One is the inline JavaScript, one is the internal JavaScript, one is the external JavaScript, one is the browser console related JavaScript. Okay, can I go one by one? First, inline JavaScript. How to write inline JavaScript on top of the page? How to write inline JavaScript on top of the page? So I'll go and explain each and everything one by one. So inline JavaScript is element related JavaScript. Element related JavaScript. Got my point?
Yeah.
Okay. This will used mostly for launch any kind of events. This will use mostly for launch any kind of events. For example, what kind of events I just want to do. Okay, so open page. body load, and tag load. Some different kind of loading concepts we will use inline JavaScript. Let me write one program how to write inline JavaScript. Okay, so I'm going to be
Okay.
taking a new Sublime Text here. Okay, so okay. So inline JavaScript.html, fine. Inline JS. How to write inline JS? I will tell you. Okay, body onload. Onload equal to onload is a function. Onload is a function, JavaScript
Okay.
function. So with onload function, I want to show something like alert. Alert is a function which is going to be showing something alert controller. Okay, so double quotes onload having attribute. Onload is attribute which is having the value like alert. Now alert is a function working as a value, and alert need single quotes. Don't put double quotes again. If you are putting double quotes outside, don't put double quotes again
Okay.
inside. Okay, so double quote entry point and double quote
Okay.
exit point here. And inside the double quote, we need to provide a single quote only. Okay, in the single quote, what I want to do is JS loaded. I want to show something JS loaded, something like that. So whenever my body is loading, I want to show some message for the user. Okay, what happened? Whenever my browser got executed, something got happened. What happened? Some JS loaded something. Am I clear?
Yeah.
JS loaded is an alert box which is going to be showing on body load. Whenever body is loading, something is happening. Okay, for example, H1 I'm taking. Hello JavaScript. Okay, for H1, what I want to do is on click event. On click equal to something like a alert again single quotes H1 clicked. Okay, H1 clicked is a simple message I want to show, but whenever I click on the H1, and H1 should require some style. Let me implement style for the H1. H1 having background color something like a red, and color should be white. Text align center. That's fine. So now I want to execute my page again. So JS loaded, one alert came. After that, on H1 you can able to see H1 tag we can able to see.
Yeah.
And whenever we click on H1, some JavaScript is executing for you. Some functional process. So what is this functional process? Is nothing but you are clicking on something.
Yeah.
You are clicking on something. That clicking process is JavaScript. Clicking thing is JavaScript. So when you do some functional part on top of the H1, what happens? Some simple alert box came. Okay, I want to do some manipulation for the background color or something like a font color. Okay, what I want to do is whenever I do click on the H1, my requirement is I need to change the color of the H1. Okay, so document dot just observe what I'm doing. Okay, so get elements by tag name of H1 of 0 dot style dot color is equal to something like I want to go with the blue color. Okay, so what I am doing here is one more line I am going to be writing. What I am doing, one alert box I need to show. After that, I want to do execute some functionality. Document dot get elements by tag name of H1 of 0. Don't worry about this. I will tell you later what is this particular function is. On top of the document, you will be having some H1. I'm accessing that H1. That's it.
Okay.
I'm accessing that H1 and trying to updating the CSS with the blue color. But when I'm changing the blue color, when I do click on click only, when I do click, I want to change the blue color. Okay, let's see. Inline JavaScript is properly working or not. Yes, JS loaded, fine. And on top of the H1, I want to click, right?
Yeah.
As when I click on H1, so what happened?
Change
So
the color. Yeah.
white color got changed to blue color. So this is actually JavaScript. This is what actually inline JavaScript is. We are trying to do something. We are trying to do something. That particular functionality is on top of the H1. We are doing some manipulation. On top of the H1, we are doing some manipulation. That manipulation is called JavaScript. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Yes, this is called inline JavaScript. Second level is internal JavaScript. How to write internal JavaScript? Let me tell you. Internal JavaScript is page related JavaScript. Page related JavaScript. And this will used mostly uh, okay, this will be used mostly for one single page or one page. Yes, this will used only for single page. That's it. This will used for single page or one page. We can write internal JavaScript mostly in body tag, end of the body. Okay, I will tell you why I am writing in internal JavaScript end of the body. Okay, and internal JavaScript created from script tag. Syntax is very simple. Okay, syntax is very fine. Script open, script close. Script open, script close. That's it. And inside the script, what we have to provide is, and we need to write a all JS code inside. Okay, so this is the simple way of writing your internal JavaScript code. I will tell you how to write internal JavaScript now. Can I go and create?
Yeah.
Internal JS dot HTML internal JavaScript. Okay, so let me go and create a script tag, but better you prepare internal JavaScript end of the body. End of the body, nothing but okay. So you will be having a lot of HTML content on top of the. So this is my HTML content, right? So place HTML content whatever you want on top of the body or inside the body. After your HTML content only, you need to provide your JavaScript. Better you provide JavaScript. Okay, so many people are writing JavaScript in the header section also, but what is the main difference if I am writing the script in the header section and if I am writing the script in the body section, what is the main difference? I will tell you. Okay, so better I am putting in the end of the body here. This is end of the body, right? Whenever body is closing, I am writing the script and the text by JavaScript. Type attribute text by JavaScript. Okay, what I want to do, simple thing, alert. Okay, internal JS loaded. Internal JS loaded, fine. Okay, execute internal JS first. Okay, alert came, right? So alert internal JS loaded. So alert is a simple JavaScript function which is going to be showing a simple message on top of the browser. Okay, after that, what my requirement is, I want to access the both H1s. document dot get elements by tag name. First h1 of 0 dot inner HTML. I will tell you what is inner HTML later. Okay, hello. No. And I want to access the second h1 now. How to access second h1? Very simple. Document dot get elements by tag name h1 of 1. That is the second HTML, second h1. And inner HTML, hello Srinivas. So by default, what is the text of the h1s? Hello JavaScript, right? But whenever I launch my browser, first alert box came into the picture, internal JS loaded. After that, what happened? Hello JavaScript. So not changed. What's the problem? What's the problem? So
It's not unload. Should be unload.
no.
Or we can click on.
No. Directly we are accessing document dot get elements by tag name. The name of the tag is h1 only. The name of the
Okay.
tag h1 only. So that h1 of 0 is nothing but this one. This is actually h1 of 0. Let me tell you, this is actually 0 level. This is the 0th element.
Yeah.
This is the one element. Why? Because all your h1s are taking in the array. All h1s are taking in the array. From the body, how DOM is actually loading, all your h1s are taking in the array. Okay. So
Yeah.
document dot get elements by tag name h1. Name of the tag is h1. h1 of 0. 0 is the 0th level h1. 0th level h1 is the first one, right?
Yeah.
And dot inner HTML. Dot inner HTML, I want to show something like a message. Okay. The problem is actually we are not saving the program. We are not saving the program. Okay. So hello JavaScript. So same problem came. Let me show the browser what is the problem actually came. So hello JavaScript only came. Document dot get elements by tag name. Tag name is h1 only, and h1 of 0 inner HTML. Inner HTML should change something. Okay, so this is not getting saving properly. Okay, same hello JavaScript only coming. Okay, what's the problem over there?
Can you put h1 in double quote?
No, that is not a problem. That's not a problem. You can put single quote, double quote, not a problem. So string, this one is a string. This one is a string. You can put anything, no issues.
Okay.
Tag name we are actually pressing. Elements, get element, document dot get elements by tag name is h1, that's fine, and of 0 dot inner HTML. Okay, let it be. So I want to access the content first. So this is not a, this is the right way actually. Okay, let me show something. Document dot get element by alert. I want to show something, this one, inner HTML. Oh my god, triple N's. Something got missed. Inner means what is the spelling of inner?
Double N. Yeah.
That's a missing thing. Okay, fine. Sorry, that's my mistake. Okay, fine. Okay, hello Noor Ali. Got it. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the way you are going to be writing your internal JavaScript. Internal JavaScript is very simple and straightforward. Okay, but okay, let me show you something. If I am writing this particular script, in the header section, if I am going to be writing this particular script in the header section, what is going to be happen? What is going to be happen? So it's loaded and hello JavaScript. What's the problem? What's the problem? The problem is very simple. The problem is very simple. Script is loading first. Script is
Yeah.
loading first, and HTML is loading second. Okay, script executing first, and DOM is
Yeah.
here. DOM is here. So program executes step by step process, right?
Yes.
So your DOM is in the bottom level. Whenever your DOM is in the bottom level, it is not going to be accessed in the JavaScript. Am I correct?
Yeah, clear.
So whenever your DOM in the bottom level, you can't able to load this particular DOM. So document is not readable. Document is not visible. Document is not understanding your HTMLs. And document is not understanding h1 of 0, and document is not getting understanding h1 of 1. Why? Because your document in the bottom level, not in the top level.
Yeah.
Whenever your code in the top level, then document method will execute. Document method can understand. Whenever you write that one in the bottom level, now document will work properly. Now this method will work properly, and this can able to understand simple intelligence. This document method get elements by tag name. This h1 can able to access now top to bottom accessible, line by line execution, right? So this is the top one. So now this is accessing here in the bottom, and this is also accessing in the bottom. At the same time, that code will be executed for you. Okay, that is the reason most of the time you write your scripts in the bottom of the page.
Yeah, clear.
Clear? So please understand the things, how the